Niger Innis is a longtime member of Project 21, Black Leadership Network. It is he is the national spokesman for the Congress of Racial Equality, CORE, one of the nation's premier and most famous and influential civil rights organizations. And believe me, I have seen some great works that was done by Roy Innis as he headed up that organization. Niger is also the co-chairman of the Affordable Power Alliance, and this is something I want to ask you some things about this Power Alliance, a coalition of minority ministerial organizations concerned about resource issues. He is the co-founder of the New America organization and has also worked with senior citizen advocates in the EEN 247 cable channel, the membership committee of the National Rifle Association, and various local chambers of commerce across America. He is also the former chief strategist for the TeaPartyNet.net.
Wow.
That is a very, very impressive body of work. And Nigel Innis, it is a real honor to have you on our show this morning.
Good morning, all. It's a pleasure to be on with you as well. And you mentioned my dad, long time serving national chairman of the Congress of Racial Equality. You all will be the first to give him a birthday shout out because he has turned 81 today.
Oh,
so you all have good timing to have me on.
Can you believe it? It's also my birthday.
Hello?
Yes. Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, we got a little bit of a problem. Is it okay? Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. I was just saying it is also my birthday. I turned 70 today.
Oh, my goodness. Well, happy birthday to you as well.
Yes, thank you very much.
You picked a good day to be born.
I'm telling you. I am telling you. Wow, that's impressive. Anyway, I have a million questions for you this morning, but I just would like to show what one thing that I was looking I went into Wikipedia, and this is what they had to say about CORE. This shows you how it is that. You know what? I'm having a little problem here finding it, but
yeah, and of course, they call it the World Wide Web, also known as the Wild Wild West.
Yes,
because you can often get. I mean, look, I adore the internet. And social media revolution. It's liberated a lot of us, particularly whose voices have been stifled and censored over the years by the establishment press. At the same time, though, you got to always double check what you read on the net. Even Wikipedia. Yes. I've had people actually put things up about me on my own site, and you got to be on my own Wikipedia page, rather. So you got to be careful. I always have my people trying to go in there and edit and re-edit misinformation that gets projected by the trolls, if you will.
Yes. Well, this is what I got out of Wikipedia. It says in 1966, James Farmer resigned as director of CORE, and he was replaced by Black Power advocates Floyd McKissick and then Roy Innis. I think that.
That's true.
Yeah,
they got it right that time.
Yeah, but it seems to me that what they were trying to do was to try to form a picture that they wanted to make of it. And personally, the nationalist movement is something that I agree with wholeheartedly, but they don't seem to understand that is not necessarily the model that the establishment Democrat Party had in mind.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
They look for big government and stuff like that, and instead of allowing some market influences to take hold in the neighborhoods that are being right now badly misserved. as you see in Baltimore, Ferguson, and New York, and all over.
All controlled for decades
Yeah.
by big government liberals and progressives.
Yes. So what I would like to ask you is, obviously, you probably believe, as I do, that it's been a real big mistake of groups in this country to put all of their eggs in one basket, in that Democrat basket, and then turn around and blame the other side because we have not tried any of the proven policies that have worked over the years, such as the policies of Ronald Reagan and even George W. Bush. You know, his policies worked a lot for the people that said that they want jobs. So, I think that that's a misplaced idea. I think we should be looking for enterprise. We should be trying to develop the notion of enterprise in our neighborhoods.
Well, you're absolutely right, and of course, that's the Wikipedia did get right to some extent. I mean, they should not have made it look like Farmer resigned out of protest. He did not. He resigned, quite frankly, because the organization at that time was a lot younger. Jim Farmer was a great civil rights leader,
yes,
but he was a civil rights leader from another generation. And the young folk that were in the Congress for Racial Equality at that time were looking to move the organization away from a integrationist perspective and much more to a black nationalist perspective.
Yes.
And so, you know, it was almost like Farmer did the honorable thing, which was to say, if the organization has fundamentally changed from, you know, the time that he and a group of allies started it back in 1942, he stepped aside and let new leadership come to the helm. And that was Floyd McKissick, and then Floyd McKissick ushered in my father coming in. But you're absolutely right. You know, big government progressive liberals like the plantation. We have replaced the old Big South plantations in Georgia, Mississippi, and the old Solid South for the big plantation of urban centers all across this country where black Americans are stuck in misery and poverty and god-awful schools while they have overseers like the mayor of Baltimore that basically keep them in their place while making money through their big government policies for rich white and black elites of Maryland.
Well, you know, it's a stark reminder of the old saying that in the South, you remember that saying where they said in the South it didn't matter how close you got, just didn't get too big. And in the North, they didn't care how big you got, just don't get too close. And that's the policy that we have promoted in with the big government approach to everything, because there are areas. And we have overseers. I always say, look, I'm a 50-year member of a union, and I always say that the union is the enforcement arm and the keeper of all of the Democrat Party power. That's the enforcement arm, the unions, and they have made it to the point where we look up to them and swear by the unions 100%. But I believe that they inhibit wealth creation because, you know, it's all for the empowerment and the wealth of that union, and the rest of it is what we get the leftovers, basically. So that's one of the reasons why the states and the cities have this unbreakable, unbeatable, unstoppable chain of 50, 60, 70 years of Democrat control.
That's exactly right, and it, you know, that's the political manifestation. But there's a more basic manifestation that affects day-to-day lives of folk in these communities and all of us all across this country that care about folk in the inner cities. Got family who came out of the inner city ourselves. I was raised in Harlem in the 70s and in the 80s. So I care deeply about what is going on and not going on. And if you just look at education. Education in this day and age, it is not a luxury. It is an absolute necessity that you get a skill, that you be able to do something in this very competitive world. Not just country, but world, global, competitive universe that we are in.
And I see that
it is the power of the teachers' unions themselves that stifle any kind of reform, any kind of change, any kind of upgrading. And so now you have a manifestation where kids graduate from high school and can't read.
Yes, yes.